Barack Obama speech. No one's born being good at all things. You become good at things through hard work. You're not a varsity athlete the first time you play a new sport. You don't hit every note the first time you sing a song. You've got to practice. The same principle applies to your schoolwork. You might have to do a math problem a few times before you get it right. You might have to read something a few times before you understand it. You definitely have to do a few drafts of a paper before it's good enough to hand in. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. I do that every day. Asking for help isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength because it shows you have the courage to admit when you don't know something, and that then allows you to learn something new. So find an adult you trust, a parent, a grandparent, or a teacher, or coach, or a counselor, and then ask them to help you stay on track to meet your goals. And even when you're struggling, even when you're discouraged and you feel like other people have given up on you, don't ever give up on yourself. Because when you give up on yourself, you give up on your country. The story of America isn't about people who quit when things got tough. It's about people who kept going, who tried harder, who loved their country too much to do anything less than their best. It's the story of students who sat there where you sit 250 years ago and went on to wage a revolution, and they founded this nation. Young people, students who sat where you sit 75 years ago, who overcame a depression and won a world war, who fought for civil rights and put a man on the moon. Students who sat where you sit 20 years ago, who founded Google and Twitter and Facebook and changed the way we communicate with each other. So today, I want to ask all of you, what's your contribution going to be? What problems are you going to solve? What discoveries will you make? What will a president who comes here in 20 or 50 or 100 years say about what all of you did for this country? Now your families, your teachers, and I are doing everything we can to make sure you have the education you need to answer these questions. I am working hard to fix your classrooms and get you the books and the equipment and the computers you need to learn, but you've got to do your part, too. So I expect all of you to get serious this year. I expect you to put your best effort into everything you do. I expect great things from each of you. Now you're going to answer the essay prompt. President Obama says, and when you're struggling, even when you're discouraged and you feel like other people have given up on you, don't ever give up on yourself. If President Obama were to turn this into a rule to live by, what would that rule be? Select at least one example from Bud Not Buddy where they follow that exact advice. Be sure to support your claim with evidence from both texts.